Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what we're going to be discussing is we're going to be talking about Bill O'Brien becoming the new offensive coordinator for Ohio State. The news was dropped here about a day ago at the time of recording this, and I am not gonna lie, I'm a little bit confused by this. There was some speculation within Ohio State that Ryan Day was going to be giving up play calling. He wanted to do it with Brian Hartline, who was promoted to offensive coordinator about a year ago. People said, oh, if Brian Hartline, he could be the next offensive coordinator. He'll be so good. I think Ryan Day gave him the chance at the beginning of the season. It didn't work out well. And going into this offseason, Ryan Day realizes there is so much going on with this football team that he needs to be able to not be so focused on calling plays during the game and be able to go around and help out different areas of the team. So as we said, he decided to hire Bill O'Brien. I'm going to say this. He is a good offensive coordinator. Not a great one, not a bad one. He's a good one. And with this move, it's not like I hate it, but I don't love it. I'm like okay with it. I'm not going to ramble too much. We're going to go ahead and get straight into this. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of talk about Bill O'Brien, his past careers, kind of what he's done. He's coached with the Patriots last season. He's been with Alabama a couple years ago in college, coached Bryce Young to a Heisman winning season, and did a couple other things in the previous past. And we're going to talk about how he can impact this Ohio State offense, because we got a lot of players coming back on offense. How can he impact this offense, and how can he possibly help us get back to the Big Ten title game, beating Michigan, getting back to the Big Ten title game, and getting back in the playoffs. So without further ado, if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciative if you do so. And without further ado, let's get it. Okay, to start off, first off, there's going to be an ESPN article linked down in the description. Is this article right here. I'll put it down in the description if you want to go check it out. Like I said, read it for yourself and all that stuff. But we're going to be kind of going through it. Kind of talks about the reasoning why Ohio State decided to choose Bill O'Brien and everything like that. So as we see here, it says here that Ryan Day is going to be allowing Bill O'Brien to take over as the role of also offensive coordinator. He's an experienced coordinator. He's somebody who's called plays before, knows what to do, and it would now allow Ryan Day to give up play calling duties according to the sources. Brian Hartline is a masterful coordinator. He's a great developer of quarterbacks, and now with Will Howard coming in, he's going to have to learn the system. Maybe Bill O'Brien can teach Will Howard, make him a better quarterback. It says here, and I quote from Ryan Day, O'Brien brings with him a wealth of knowledge and a tremendous amount of success at both the NFL and the collegiate levels. Day said in a statement, quote, he is an excellent and experienced offensive coach who has run NFL and Power 5 programs and developed some truly elite players throughout his career. He'll be an excellent teacher and recruiter for us, and he absolutely strengthens our staff, quote. Now, for anybody who's going to be wondering, where has O'Brien been? What has he done in his past that's going to make us trust him and want him to be our guy? Well, as we can see here, it says here, in O'Brien, Ohio State is getting an offensive coach who worked with Bryce Young at Alabama, won the Heisman Trophy. He also worked with Tom Brady and Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, he was the coach for Deshaun Watson when Deshaun Watson was drafted to the Houston Texans. He was coach there, helped Deshaun Watson have all Pro Bowl type seasons. Alabama finished in top 10 in scoring offense in both of O'Brien's seasons as coordinator. He was there for 2 years with Bryce Young. They excelled exceptionally. 39.9 points per game and then 41.1 points per game in both, or per game in both those seasons. Ohio State had obviously offense has dipped this season to 30.5 points per game, down from the previous 44.2 points per game. Now, some people you can kind of go potato, tomato on was it the quarterback that impacted it, because we went from CJ Stroud to Kyle McCord. That kind of can impact it. So with them kind of saying, well, the coordinator probably was a problem. I think when you go from, like I said, a CJ Stroud to a Kyle McCord, it impacts a lot. Now, obviously, O'Brien was the head coach with the Texans, like I said, but then he had that awful, and I mean awful move of trading DeAndre Hopkins. Once he did that, the season crumbled. They got back, I think, David Johnson, and he went 0-4 in his first 4 games after that season, fired, and he was pretty much down to Alabama. Now, in his past, he has some experience in college. He coached at Penn State. He went 15-9 those seasons after he took over for Joe Paterno. He was a quarterback coach whenever Brady won his NFL MVP award back in 2010. Now, here's the thing that, like I said already a minute ago, the offensive players coming back is one of the reasons why I think Bill O'Brien can help us excel with our offense. As we can see here, it says, and I quote, on offense, the players include star wide receiver Emeka Egbuka, tailback TreVeyon Henderson, and guard Donovan Jackson, all returning for a 4th season heading into the last season. All were regarded as players who would seriously consider the NFL. And I'm not going to lie, Donovan Jackson, round 1, maybe could have been his height. First pick in the 3rd round would have been his floor. TreVeyon Henderson maybe could have been on the back half of the 1st round. And Emeka Egbuka, at some point in the middle of the season, he was being told he could be a 1st round pick easily. After the season kind of went on, he probably dipped down in the 2nd round. But if he comes back and has a really good year this year, 1st round easily. As we know, in the transfer portal, we got Kansas State quarterback Will Howard. He coming in for his final year of college eligibility. And we also got 2-time All-SEC tailback Quinshawn Junkins, transfer from Ole Miss. With those 2 backs and Henderson and Junkins, the running back room is going to be exceptionally well. We also added the Alabama center Seth McLaughlin, nicknamed Snaps because he couldn't snap the ball for shit as center. There has been some rumors coming out saying he's probably going to be going to guard, probably left or right guard in this season. I hope so. If he plays center and he still has snap trouble, somebody needs to smack Ryan Day upside the head and say, put him to fucking guard. Now with Bill O'Brien, what does he kind of bring with his offense? I think he brings kind of the same stuff that what they were doing back with CJ Stroud and Justin Fields. I'm hoping with Will Howard. Will Howard has a little bit of his leg. His legs can move, so I'm hoping they can try and get some Justin Fields type action run, read options, play action. Get him on the move, get him out there running around. I've had time to kind of watch a little bit of Will Howard's film, his tape from Kansas State, some of the highlights, and he's got a little bit of an arm on him. I'm hoping maybe we can get the deep ball working again. That's one of the big things that I think Bill O'Brien loves to do, especially with college. College sports is way different from the NFL. He likes the deep ball. People talk about, well, he sucked as an offensive coordinator with Patriots. Have you seen Mac Jones? Mac Jones showed his true colors this year, and he's just not. He's not it. Now, could Mac Jones go somewhere else and play well in the NFL? Sure, maybe, possibly. Probably not. The NFL and college are two different animals. That's why some coaches work in the NFL and some coaches work in college. It's just, I think college is like way easier. Now, what do I expect out of Bill O'Brien? I expect him to come in here and with a great running back room, like I said, Henderson and Junkins, great wide receiver room already. You got Mecca Ibuka, you got Brandon Innes, Jeremiah Smith, the freshman coming in. This dude's going to be a freak. Cardinal Tate is coming back. He's probably one of the most underrated receivers in the nation. It's going to be fun to kind of see how this offense works because, like I said, the offensive line is still a struggle point. Maybe Bill O'Brien can get some things, some plays that kind of work in the favor of the offensive line that doesn't put them in stressful situations. If he can come in here and somehow we can get this offensive line fixed, make Will Howard a great quarterback, because if Will Howard can play great this year and then next year, in 2 years, Aaron Nolan can be then the predecessor. He can be then a sophomore by then. He can start playing and he can be the guy for Ohio State for at least 2 years. This would be the most perfect scenario. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I think Bill O'Brien is a good coordinator. I think he's going to be good for us. I think he'll do a good job. Not a great job. I don't think he's going to be bad. I don't think this offense can get any worse. The offense was good last year, but like I said, that quarterback position, what's going to happen with the quarterback position? Is it going to be Will Howard, and is he going to take us to the promised land? Is he going to play good this year? We're going to have to watch those first 3 games whenever those days come, and we're going to have to watch the spring game. When that spring game comes, I'm telling you right now, that is going to tell us a lot. If Will Howard goes out there and he is just torching our defense and just making plays, running around, shredding up the secondary, throwing that ball on a fine line all the way across the field, making plays, I will say it now, we are going to beat Michigan. But if I watch him play and it doesn't look that good and I'm worried, I'm not gonna lie, we're going to be right back where we were with Kyle McCord and saying the rest of the team looks good. Can the quarterback save us? But I'm gonna wrap it up with this. I think Bill O'Brien, like I said, can do it. I think Bill O'Brien is the right hire. There was some people talking about Bill O'Brien probably taking an offensive coordinator job in the NFL. I think he maybe thought about it, but then he looked at Ohio State and he said, Ohio State has all these pieces. Ohio State position to go beat teams, position to go far away, possibly if we can beat Michigan, and then from there we're into the Big Ten title game. Easy win there. Cruise, get more rings, get more titles. I think he saw that and he said that is the easiest way to getting more rings. And I mean, why not? Why not take that opportunity? But other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciative if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much, and you want to leave your opinion on the whole Bill O'Brien thing down in the comment section down below, feel free to do so. Like I said, leave your opinion. Do you think it's a good hire, bad hire? What you think about the whole thing? If you're enjoying the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so, and do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Donald Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.